Dr. Ronak, it's already I mean, 6 minutes.
Almost 20. Yeah. Yeah. And 6 minutes past. Yeah, we can start.
Yeah. So would you do the honors of like to begin? Then like I will also join.
Um, okay. So, uh, uh, just a minute. So, as there are people in doing internship or students and also working, so I'll start with first general tips about interview preparations, which is very important and often we neglected this due to our busy schedule. It is always to do something like tick mark on few things. So uh, first thing is keeping your CV updated always. Otherwise, when the position comes up, you might sending the previous CV of 4 or 5 months back or 1 year back, and it may not click it. So that is first thing. Include for students intern if your project is completed or thesis is completed, and you have done some presentation or publication, so you mention about it. Or even if you're working on that, you can mention about it. If you have achieved any good uh, like if there are gold medal or something like that in your, or you have ranked first, second, third, whatever. So this is important when you are fresher, like when you are doing job. Once we are in job, it may not matter much, but if you are fresher, so make all these things, make note of co-curricular activities which you have taken part in and why you and they might ask you that why you were there, why you selected that activity, or and what role you played. Some departmental meeting happened and it was a cross college meeting or something like that, and what was your role as just a participant or a facilitator, or you were in the organizing committee. So all those kind of things will help any posters you presented, any publications you are currently working on or not. So these things is very important. Now the basic few questions will be asked. So um, sometimes we have clicked 3 4 5 jobs and we don't remember and we appear for the job. So whenever the job mail comes or first, like you try to remember what was the JD for the job, where was it posted, how did you apply. This thing should be very much clear. So how did you come to appear about this job, how did you apply, and why are you here, like are you clear about the JD, what they have mentioned, and job title. Now Dr. Hassan, you can interrupt and pitch in anywhere, yeah, anytime. Hmm.
Yeah, no, thanks. Continue. Like I will
Yeah,
also add like some points in case like actually any additional after. Thank you.
right. Now, um, so again in JD, whenever fortunately when you get a mail or you, so there will be call to you followed by a mail. Now, whenever the email comes to you about your interview, and they will mark uh, hiring manager, HR, as well as sometimes they mark a business person also. So just see whom they are marking, and then search on LinkedIn these profiles, find out their journey through LinkedIn is very important. Find out if you have something common, college, something city common, or anything you can find commonalities. That is very important. Now, this that is research about the role, research about the people who are marked in the mail. If they're not marked, you can definitely ask HR, like who is going to interview me. And 99% of time, they always tell who will be there during the interview for each session, first session, second session, third session. So they do about um, a panel, who is going to be panel, um, and what purpose is the first panel is. It's like technical interview or HR interview or whatever. Now, the most important thing is about to research about company, recent announcement you can go through, that dedicated therapy area. In JD, if they have mentioned which therapy they are looking for, that's fine. And search about new updates in the therapy area relevant to their company's focus. Uh, so if it's oncology and which, so what kind of any awareness activity they're doing, or what kind of CMEs they're doing, what kind of recent approval they have got, is very much important, and where and what's the pipeline also. So this is so one thing about research about company, research about people, research about product, or on their current focus and future pipeline. That's very much important. Now, so I'll type that things in the chat box also. First thing would be when they ask you, when they call you, so tell me about yourself. That's very important. Now, that's a golden opportunity to introduce yourself and practice it. Like, what are you currently doing? And keep it crisp. So don't always tell everything, whatever you have in your CV or whatever you want to tell. Say 4 or 5 sentences in a summary, and then you can pause and then you can ask that if you would like to know specific things, you would be happy to share them. Or if you have any questions, you can please let me know. I would be happy to clarify. So when the first question comes that tell me about yourself, so first thing I tell is that, uh, first of all, thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to appear for this interview. It's a great privilege to meet you and to have a chance to be a prospective candidate at this XYZ company, which is my dream company like that. So that will be very much helpful. And then you start about your current work you are doing on, or current studies you are doing your major academic or work achievements, overall work experience if you have, or overall studies, whatever you have done, briefly about your family, very brief. It's not much important. And yes, and one line that why you are what makes you bring here to appear for this interview. So that's very important. And maintain very good positivity, body language, even though it may be virtual. Keep an eye contact. Don't look here and then that I was doing this, I was doing that. So look at the camera or the person. That is very important. And sometimes you can use some hand gestures also. So it will make you impact that you are connected, either physically also if you are physical meeting, or virtually. Eye contact, you're leaning, like don't lean behind, lean forward, and have good confidence in your tone, and change your tone also. So sometimes something would be normal, you have got some award for anything, so you can be little artistic in that way, and then again you can tone down things. So medical affairs or MSL or any corporate, uh, especially medical affairs front facing job. So I would say MSL, medical advisor, um, clinical research medical advisors, many times they deal with lot with marketing, lot with medical leadership, lot with CEOs, lot with doctors. So they would often like to know that how confident this person is, how clear the communication is it he or she is easy to gel or not, or he or she is a passive. So that may not be much more likened by industry uh, people. So that is how much collaborative you are. So pick up whenever the JD is there. If not there, you can always ask them. In JD, you mark certain keywords, and whatever example you give about your work, about your hobbies, about your co-curricular, about your family. So correlate yourself, your skills with all those keywords, and they will definitely notice, like, what you are telling and why you are telling. So there are smart people in the interview often, and they will notice what you're talking about, and it will be great thing. Finally, if I so a very important thing for you and for me also, which I have learned. So we often talk about while appearing for medical office interview. We often talk about compliance, on label, everything, and being a uh, very important in terms of following all the rules and regulations and everything. So see, who is there in the interview process? If a medical affairs head is there, so weightage on those part will definitely be there, and other part can be little less collaborative and all. It will be there. But suppose in the same interview panel, or if only like you have cleared your medical affairs around, and you are into a very top level interview with commercial heads or BU heads, medical may be there, may not be there, actively may be there, or passively may be there, or not may be there. And then if you there that I'm a very strict person in terms of medical compliance and all, so they will be happy to hear, but there is a very much likelihood that the application may not process further. So then you focus more on collaborative, how you help out marketing team or sales team to get the medical things in a compliant way without and you show them right way. So that's very, very important, very much important what you focus in interview according to the interviewer. So it's very important if marketing head is there, commercial head is there, and if you only talk about 100% accuracy, 100% compliance, that is important, but don't emphasize on that part at that stage. You have communicated that thing to your medical future medical affairs manager or your reporting manager, that's fine. He knows what you will do, or he or she will know. But here you focus more about how you have a broad mindset. You have a little bit business acumen, and you are a strategic driver, and you are a good team player. So all these things would be very important in medical affair in MSN job. Uh, so I think I have spoken enough for initial part, Ehsan. And over to you. Like so
Yeah,
we both of us have appeared for, I think must have appeared for many interviews, and we have changed company also. So we carry a little bit good experience in terms of probable questions, probable interviewer who will be coming, and what kind of question will come up. So we'll take this journey ahead. And Dr. Ehsan, over to you.
yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Ronak. I was really enjoying, like, actually, in fact, you had shared the really invaluable, I mean, the most important points here, like, actually, especially like the tips and tricks while preparing for the job search, for the interview, and how to face the interview, etc. You have covered most of it. So, what I will do now, I will just quickly share something for some, since like actually some of you are already like actually still in the college, maybe doing an internship, just like actually still getting ready for a job search. I'll just share you some 2 3 slides. Then actually, what I will also do means actually I will just put up a small mock interview. Maybe I will request Dr. Ronak to be an interviewer, and maybe like we can have one volunteer from here, so that actually for a brief round of interview, then we can just analyze okay what went well, and again like actually how he could have performed better, or like actually was it a really fantastic interview, etc. So let me share my screen. Can you confirm like you can see my screen or not? Because I can't
Yes,
see.
yes, no, it's full screen
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. See, I just wanted to tell you, like, so for people who are already working in industry are here, but still there are like, for the in the general interest, I have put this slide. See, working in pharmaceutical industry, especially, offer a very structured career, and again, like, so a much more competitive salary, and again, I would say a flexible work environment, and like, will give us an opportunity to be part of this cutting edge research, like bringing in new medicines to the people, ultimately impacting their like patient lives as well as for their betterment. Now you should also understand, I will also tell you why I put this slide. Okay, oftentimes I have seen like when people are appearing for an interview, of course like actually they will be submitting some CVs through their portal, or like actually to the people whom they had approached, etc. I've seen they generally have like one fixed CV, like Dr. Ronak was highlighting, it might not have been updated, and they keep it like just as soon as they completed their education, they would have some CV, or like to the maximum, some of them would have updated with some recent achievements, but it no way matches their job description. Okay. Uh, in the area of intersection, for example, they would have still written, I would want to be a pharmacologist or a clinical pharmacist, or like I wanted like comma like a job in clinical research, bar medical affairs, like there will be too many. See, ideally when you apply for a position, you should have that particular role listed as your area of interest. So if you are like actually, if you are not pinpointed, we say this story, like actually, from Mahabharata, like when this Yagalavya like was asked to aim, to shoot at a particular point, he was seeing only the bird's eye or the bull's eye, whatever it is, like he was seeing only the bird's eye. So we should have that sharp focus when we need to apply for something. So that actually showcase like we are so serious. And like as Dr. Ronak was mentioning, job description is so important. If you don't have it, you should ask for it, and then accordingly you try to bring a match to your CV. Like see, for example, if it's a MSL role for a organization who is primarily working in diabetes. So during your PG days, or like your current like actually course, you might have done something related to diabetes. At least you would have been part of some medical camps related to diabetes. So you try to bring in those elements into CV. So many a times, you can discard many other unimportant things. So that's the reason, like I will tell you, like here I am just differentiating only broadly, like actually, industry versus academia. So see, to show you some differences, for example, like in academia, if you see, research often starts broad and will then become more focused. While in industry, when it begins itself, like it would be like with a crystal clear focus, and it will be quickly abandoned unless like actually there's a practical application identified. So why I am again and again stressing on this means actually, see, there's a lot of difference between the places where you apply. So again, you will need to sharpen yourself like accordingly. So a key doesn't fit every lock, right? Like actually, so that actually you should be that key which is more suited to the industry aspirations, what I have listed here below. Okay, so so industry, in academia, if you are a individual top performer, like actually, who is like actually, who can do a one man show, that may be still okay. But in industry, they would be so more interested about like actually, how you can do better as a team player, how you can excel, like actually, collaborate between people, etc. Similar way. So that difference we need to understand. Accordingly, we will have to prepare ourselves. Then again, you remember some of the, I'm not going to read through all, but you need to understand, especially communication skills, writing skills, etc., are so important. So if you are still in college, seriously think of like having few, at least few publication, even if it's like actually, at least a letter to editor, that may work wonders for you. So you need to focus more even before applying to any jobs. Now, as so most of the points actually, Dr. Ronak had already covered, so I don't have to discuss further. Then let me just like actually stop sharing, and then let's see. Uh, like uh, one another important aspect, which actually, so of course, actually, maybe for the time constraints, Dr. Ronak would have missed it. Is like he had actually, discussed in detail about to deep dive into the interview process, etc. Something also you need to seriously understand is like actually there are some certain interview process is like actually a very time bound process. And you should also understand, an interviewer will try to observe you. He will try to like judge you from that limited time experience. So with that, what you should do is like ideally, uh, see, I think I got a query here, Selva, asking like actually, at sample template. Selva, actually, this we can like actually, connect separately, or so there is no fixed template. So it largely has to be a role based. But if you have further query, or like if you require more information or some assistance in that, you can connect one to one with any one of us as well. So I'll come back to the topic. Also, so as I mentioned, usually interview follows certain set of questions. Most of them often are repeated. So this is my experience after attending several interviews. I have found, always there's a pattern. Dr. Ronak was highlighting, they will ask you to introduce about yourself. So you have to focus only on that important aspects, as Dr. Ronak mentioned, currently where you work and what's so important. I've often seen people actually wasting time there, bringing out the stories even from their kindergarten time. So you don't have to do that. Another important thing, I mean, a repeated question is, usually interviewers ask, what are your strengths and weakness? Again, bring out those strengths which are related to the role, or which would have some relevance. And especially for weakness, never highlight something which could have some critical impact. For example, I've seen candidates saying mm, I was not able to prioritize my work. I was not able to complete project timely. So these kind of things actually bring in a lot of negativity to your interview results. So of course, since we have this opportunity for a brief mock uh, interview, I would not actually discuss further. So I will request Dr. Ronak actually to be the interviewer, and actually have a very brief interview, maybe with maybe 10-12 minutes of time, so that we will have more time to for a discussion around the same interview process. If time permits, we can go for two people, or we will stick with one. In the chat, let me try to post just a simple case scenario for you. Allow me a moment. Sorry. Somehow I'm not able to access the chat, so I will just briefly discuss about this case rather than going into the details. So this particular organization is in requirement of an MSL, or a medical science liaison, and it's in a company which operates in the neurology therapy area, and they have developed a recent product for Alzheimer's. And then you are a prospective candidate who are appearing for that, who you want to grab that role as a medical science liaison in this organization. So it's a very brief general case. So I will request anyone volunteer from this team, anyone, don't be scared or anything, just it's a process, so that we get to learn and we get to improvise our means our skills. Can anyone volunteer? You can just open your mic and speak up, or you can type in the chat as well.
Good evening, sir. Shall I volunteer for this?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Abhinesh, thank you so much for doing this.
Uh,
And
Thank you, sir.
so, I will also tell you, see, now you are already working, or you are still in college?
I am already working, sir. I am working as a.
Okay, so now see, we will go with your actual scenario only. So you are currently working, and then you are appearing. Ronak has actually uh, put that in the chat as well. So you necessarily don't have to go through all those, but just we will give you 1 or 2 more minutes. Ronak will also give some guidance. But the objective is see, you are trying for a role change. So you are already working, and you are looking for to grab this position as a medical science liaison in this neurology therapy area. I don't know actually currently what therapy area in which you are already working. So if it's not neuro, it would be like, a switch for you itself. So you will have to bring in
Yes.
those elements as well. Okay. So over to Dr. Ronak.
Oh,
Others, please pay a clear attention here, because this would be very critical. So also you could also observe and suggest what went well as like actually what could have been better, etc.
uh, thanks, Dr. Hasan, and thanks, Abhinesh, for being the volunteer, really volunteer. Like, so this is not planned. So all colleagues, this is not planned. This is really spontaneous. So what we decided, so he's into which, Abhinesh, you are into what you're doing
I
currently?
am into. I am currently working as a clinical pharmacology therapy area, sir.
Clinical pharmacology.
Clinical pharmacist in the
Okay, clinical
cardiology, as a
pharmacist,
cardiology clinical pharmacist. Yes,
cardiology clinical
yes, sir.
pharmacist. Okay, fine. So, so that is, you can keep the chat box also open. So I would just once again brief that you are now applying for MSL role. Therapy area is neurology. Company name is fine, Neurothera, Alzheimer's disease, and it's in Mumbai. And about company, something is given. They want MSL, and we have discussed MSL role profile, so that's fine. So you know it. So successful candidate will engage in non-promotional scientific exchange with KOL, healthcare professionals, and researchers to communicate the evolving clinical landscape and gather valuable field insights. Responsibilities are scientific exchange, KOL engagement, insights gathering, medical support, compliance, and the qualification are mentioned. So, uh, shall we start, or you would like to have 1 minute?
Yes, sir. We can start, sir.
Yeah. Um,
Yes.
so, okay, so we are starting now. So, thank you, Dr. Abhinesh, for being here. Uh, can you tell us about yourself?
First of all, thank you for status. So, already mentioned in my CV, I am PharmD graduate, completed, passed out in 23, and I have currently 2 years of experience working as a clinical pharmacist in the cardiology area. Though my primary therapy area is cardiology, but I would like to clinical research on therapy, research, particularly about Alzheimer's. So,
Okay.
as in the cardiology therapy area, I have also gained some experiences in neurology therapeutic area, particularly about stroke disease. So, about Alzheimer's disease, I am currently protocol being developed in the Alzheimer's to contribute more for this role. And there are about my acquaintances, and so far, as I have already 2 years of experience as a clinical pharmacist, I uh, I have been promoted as a medication safety officer in my academics, which involves uh, which is overseeing safe administration of medications. And I have also received a best clinical academic of 6 months. Uh, that's all about myself, and I would like to further continue the interview process.
Yeah, thank you for sharing briefly about your current work profile and some of the achievement and your recent promotion. So congrats for that. So before we go ahead, so can you tell us, like you have been promoted in your role, you are doing well, and we believe that you are enjoying also. So why you want to change company and why you want to change the job also? Like, there's a different job than what you are doing currently.
Yeah,
So
Yes,
what
sir.
brings you to apply here?
So as my current role is in clinical pharmacist, I am already passionate about the latest clinical developments. I do research frequently about the development of new drugs and that are being introduced in the market. So as an MSL, I believe I would contribute my passion towards the development of the pharma industry and commonly to the development of patients by focusing on new molecules that are being developed and communicating that to the healthcare professionals who are involved directly in patient care.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. And how much do you know about MSL? Since you have mentioned that, so what all do you know about this role and responsibility?
Yes, sir, as an MSL, it is important for me to be actively updated in my therapeutic area and what are all the products that are being developed related to my therapeutic area. And it is also important to be updated on the developing KOLs for in that particular therapeutic areas and also other stakeholders mm, like second physicians in the second tier cities who are also practicing independently and they are prescribing our products and even patients at most patients are the important I think patients will be the important stakeholders because ultimately we are all contributing for the development and beneficiaries of patients and we could also uh, like uh, consider developing a product in patients perspective like which would impact on their cost quality of life and well-being all those things. And apart
Okay,
from that, it is also important to engage with internal stakeholders like marketing team and sales team to educate them scientifically about our products and reviewing their promotional materials, all those things.
okay, so yeah, you have some idea about this role, so that is good. Uh, Now, uh, so if you can tell about like in your how would you how the colleagues would describe you if I call up any of your current colleague or your current manager, what do they how they would describe you? First thing is about in about your work, and second thing is about your uh, soft skill.
So firstly about my work, I am confident that if you engage with my colleague or my manager, definitely they will tell in a positive way about my work. Whether to be short, uh, to be short, I would like to complete whatever the work assigned to me. That whether it is what to say, um, whether it is very difficult or simple things, I would like to complete. Even if it is difficult, I would like to open up that it is very difficult and like like I sorry. To be short, I would like to complete the work in a specified time frame. So even if it is like if I can't complete that in that particular time frame, I would like for an extended time frame. Uh, so that would be my that one positive thing about my work, that is time management. And one to be spoken about my soft skills. Uh, I think. Yes, soft skills also include time management, and the same thing will be there. I would like to keep up on time. Very importantly, so
Okay, thank you. And so where are you currently based at, Abhinesh?
I am from Coimbatore, sir.
So
Coimbatore, Tamil
this
Nadu.
So right now we have position is in Mumbai. So have you been to Mumbai and are you ready to relocate to Mumbai? And what's up? So it's about important decision for you, and your family also might be. Uh, you might need to discuss with family also. So who all are in your family, and and let us know about your um, relocating to Mumbai. So because we don't want anyone to come to Mumbai for short time and then again going back here and there. So yeah, please let's discuss about those parts.
Yes, to tell my my parents, and even my parents are out of the town as well. They live in Erode district, and I live in Coimbatore. It's about 2 hours interval between them, and um, currently I do not have any problem relocating to Mumbai. Though I have not been to Mumbai before, it's fine for me to relocate to Mumbai, and even I like to expand my network, expand my circle by exploring new cities like more metropolitan cities. So I'm happy to relocate to Mumbai, and definitely I can relocate to Mumbai.
Okay, okay. And so, do you have any questions for me or to any one of us?
Uh, so to know about, I would like to know about my what are all the other areas of therapy that your company is currently focusing on? What are all the drugs that are currently in the development? And even I would like to know about mm, which phase of the product that I would like to which phase of the product that you have described in the JD. I would be working on and all those things.
Okay, so right now we are focused in Alzheimer's disease, and we have couple of product in pipeline, and even this the product which we are having currently patented, it is also undergoing further uh, uh, indication expansion. So things are pretty much in progress, and we are sure that we will also further enter into other therapy areas. Um, and we also look forward for acquisitions as and when we find it something appropriate. So we are a growing organization, and we have a very good presence in India, and we really want to make it big um, in biopharma industry. And uh, before we conclude, so uh, where do you see yourself after 3 and 5 years?
So I would see myself in a a better position, like in a senior role within this industry, and be guiding a team uh, to contribute more towards the medical affairs and development of our company's products.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So it was nice to discuss with you, and thank you for once again for appearing for this interview. I would like to ask my panel, Dr. Hassan, if you would like to ask anything.
Yeah, one final question, Avinash. Since you have already told some of your strength, like actually, focusing on time bound, etc. So I can you also tell me two of your weaknesses?
So to tell them about my weakness, so my current weakness is I can't focus I can't multitask, sir. So whatever things I could do, I would just focus on one thing at a time. So I do not consider that as a weakness, but that I consider that as my strength, because whatever the thing I focus on that time period, I would go deep into it and complete that work. And after completing, I would like start the next task. So though
Uh,
multitask
but,
is a weakness,
And second one?
Second one, yeah,
Okay, no worries.
currently, yes,
You can't think
yes.
about it. It's okay. So, but like, let me ask you one follow-up question. So, see, you know this role, and you would have seen the job description. It's like the role of MSL is like little wide, and it's not like very narrowed or focused ones. So, we want someone like who can multitask and who can work timely with the projects. So how would you
So
cope
yes,
up?
I can manage that by like, though you're giving more than one task or more than two or three tasks, I would first focus on uh, the task which is of priority. I would complete that first, and after that, I will move on to the next task. So in that way, I can complete the all the tasks which you have assigned, and at the same time, I would be focusing more on the task which is of priority and which is of utmost importance.
Okay, that's all, Abhinesh. Thank you so much. Like, and again, I really appreciate for you, like, to volunteer for this particular mock call as well. Like, I will, before, like, we giving our comments, I just want to ask our people, like, who are attending this meeting, like, what do you think? So, where it went well, like, so we have seen, like, Dr. Ronak had asked several questions, starting with, like, for a brief self introduction, followed by why he want to switch, and as well as, like, he inquired about the awareness about the role, then more about like his skills, especially means what would his colleagues say, more about his work as well as soft skills. Then he also touched upon relocating into a new city, etc. So what do you think, like, and you what do you believe, whether Abhinesh has a chance to grab this role, or what further, if not, like, actually, what could have been better?
First of all, shall I add
So
some more, few
I'm
more
not
words?
asking Abhinesh. I'm not asking Abhinesh.
Uh,
Abhinesh, you have done wonderful. Now, it
Yeah,
was not a, yeah, it was really wonderful. So
yeah.
don't now nothing about adding or proving something. It was very good. It was a very good attempt, and it's just learning and what more. We also fumble. Still now,
yes, sir.
we may also fumble. Yeah. So don't think about it. So we will
Yes, sir.
just now take forward something. Yeah.
So I will first ask, like, people who have some work experience already, and then, like, someone who are there in their internship, etc., can answer. So based on your responses, if I can call up some names, Alina, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what do you think? Like, how did it go? Like, what was your overall feedback? Do you have any suggestions for Abhinesh to improvise on certain topics? So what do you think?
Uh, it's and I don't know it's appropriate or not, because still I also fumble in majority of the interviews, and he has
Yeah.
done it very well. So to give a judgment and feedback based on his what he told right now, so it's
Mm.
very difficult. But I felt that yes, the most important priority thing is, like, whenever we attend an interview, is a network issue. So which I felt currently. So the network
Mm.
has to be proper, where we see all the time, then only whatever the person speaks or whatever I speak, or the person has to understand properly, like they have to grab it properly. Yeah, that only I felt. The rest all he has done it very well.
Okay. So you are saying, like, Abhinesh should have selected, like, he should have cross-checked whether his network, internet connectivity is all good before getting into an interview, right? So
Yeah,
that was
yes.
important. Okay. So the
Yeah.
preparation. Okay. Anything else?
uh, no, not currently. I
Okay.
felt so, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So anyone else want to comment quickly? Preetham, are you there?
Yeah. He has raised his hand.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
So, Abhinand, I mean, it's very good approach, but I felt that you know everything, but try to take a 2 minutes back
Pritham, your voice is
along with
breaking.
you.
Maybe you
So
can switch
that
off
is
your video.
hello. Now it's
Yeah,
not audible.
better, I would say.
So I'm saying that. Yeah. So I'm saying that he has given all the answers, but he has he needs to be little bit step back, and then arrange the answers, arrange in a single sentence, and get because I felt that he knows a lot, but he could not present it properly. That I felt.
Okay. Yeah, so I understand, like maybe like since it was a like just a spontaneous one, and he wouldn't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
had
yeah,
that opportunity. But still, that's a
yeah, yeah,
very important point. Like with the interview
yeah.
preparation, we should also like take a note or like prepare ourselves to have some certain specific answers, like something like bullet
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
yeah. Right. Thank you for asking.
Mm. Anyone else want to
Uh,
comment before going to Dr. Ronak, like to ask about how did it go, where he could have been better? Anyone else wanted to?
yeah, yeah. Sir, this is Vijay,
Yeah, Vijay, please
senior
go ahead.
medical science, senior medical science liaison from SLR Lagrotica.
Okay.
So I have a suggestion for him, only one suggestion. That is, if anyone asks your weakness, so you should answer in very diplomatic
Mm.
uh, type of thing. Like my maybe I have answered like this. Ki I hate corporate politics. I'm not comfortable work where corporate politics are available. Uh, that kind of thing. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Thank you, Vijay. Like, so for the want of time, I will actually go back to Dr. Ronak only. So how did it go?
Yeah, so Dr. Hasan. So, firstly, I congratulate you and Dr. Abhines, especially uh, for that wonderful time during that volunteering. And so many things. I think Alina covered. Vijay Shankar has given the point. And in fact, I was for the first time I did not have pen and notes, so I was not able to make the points. But I remember a few things. So Alina told that we should be in good network. So that is other thing. Sometimes things are not in our hand. So Asan used the word cross check. So even though we might be in good network, but the person's network may not be good, or sometime network breaks sometime. So cross check it. Are you able to hear me well? Um, Always switch on your video. So this was mock interview, so maybe fine, but always in a video interview, uh, be nicely dressed, even though it's a virtual interview, and start your video and be in good environment, less voice or no voice, external voice. So that is one thing. Many times, Abhines was not so clear in beginning, but then he found answers sometime. So whenever I asked the questions, initially he was talking not so much relevant things, but then he got some ideas and he answered. Abhinesh, so or anyone, so when you say time bound, but I think then you again ask that you ask for extra time. So you said once, so there were some contrasting things, if I remember correctly. Like you said that you give a lot of importance on time, but then you also ask that I will ask my manager about extra time if something is not done. So that again that tells that you missed timelines, or so what, but why you missed time. So it should not be contrasting, because you might be knowing why it happened, but in interview it doesn't have time to hear everything, that why you missed timeline and everything. So try to avoid as much as possible contrasting things in your things about your whenever. So this is advanced questions, like how did your colleagues or boss or family member will explain you, will talk about you, or describe you. So talk about some good example. So you want to make time bound thing. So talk to, yeah, my manager will tell that 9 out of 10 times he is before time or on time and with good quality. So proactiveness, timeliness, that's what you want to focus about yourself. It should come in your by your other means also. So that's very much important to correlate whatever you are telling with your entire thing. So don't keep it discrete things when you're telling something. About also about coming to about MSL roles, there are a couple of things I wanted to tell. I noted at that time. I'm not able to remember right now what the observations. Uh, okay, maybe Dr. Hassan, if you'd like to add on those fronts about
Yes, I
shifting to
will.
Mumbai also. So you were not sure about you started about some 2 hours between Coimbatore and that's my time. But then later on part you came up that uh, all like maybe it's a good opportunity for yourself to be in Mumbai for long term or something like that. That was good. All companies are in Mumbai. It's a great opportunity. All KOLs, maybe you can tell that it's a national. It's a all companies are governing. The company's headquarters also, I suppose, this company is headquartered in Mumbai only. So you will have a great opportunity to learn more and also showcase more and contribute to from strategic position for the pan India level. So those things you would add up during your interview. And last comment, like Sachin, we know, even though he was a best batsman by no doubt, but wherever he used to go for, even though Indian pitches, he would start practicing 1 or 2 days in advance at least. When he used to go abroad, um, especially in England pitches, New Zealand pitches, later part of career, he started going 1 month earlier also and started practicing. So when you are appearing for interview, it's very much important to prepare well, to have that mock interviews with your family member or with your colleague whom you trust. Don't trust everyone, but preparation is the key because sometimes we try a lot and interviews don't happen, and any certain day of time you get a call and it happens. So prepare a lot for that, and you did very well without preparation. So wonderful. Yeah, Dr. Hassan.
Yeah. Some additional points, like from what Dr. Ronak had explained it so well. One was like, actually, he asked you why you wanted to switch. So that could have been little better. See, you could have said see, I'm coming with a lot of experience as a clinical with a clinical pharmacist background, and then how this switch will make an impact in the new role. So that element was slightly missing. And again, regarding the awareness about the role, like you mentioned, you will have to engage with a lot of stakeholders. There also, you mentioned about like actually the commercial team, marketing, etc. But then there you could have drawn parallels in your current role, as a clinical pharmacist, or like actually you're working as a safety specialist or something. So in that, like how you engage with the stakeholders, so that actually the interviewer would have got a feeling, okay, this guy has already has a experience in managing with the stakeholders, he's a team player, etc. So those elements were missing. Then sometimes we need to listen the questions very carefully, though you answered it I would say comparatively okay, especially like when he asked about what your colleague or like a senior colleague would say, especially from your work ethics, as well as on your soft skills. So you could have you should have listened it very carefully. So you gave some answers, so which was related, but then it was not coming as if what your colleague would think. So you need to we need to prepare like 2 3 bullet points for this, like how we will manage this. Then again, the relocation, Dr. Ronak had explained it very well, but I also want to tell you, we need very convincing answers, especially when there's a relocation involved, because for the interviewer, he always will give a priority to local candidates. So we need more convincing answers, why this switch, you think actually on a long way is going to be relevant for you, and why you consider it important, etc. Then on the last question, like the weaknesses, when I asked, You earlier told like you are very much clear on the timelines, etc. Then you are not a person for multitasking, and you won't be able to do one after the other. But when I followed up on that, you told like you will prioritize. That's actually very very important, and like the most right answer. But still, like I would suggest of choosing our weaknesses very carefully. For example, if you ask me, see, I would already have like answers to some 10 weaknesses. So I will give you one example here. Like if you ask me, I will tell like maybe during my see, during my college days, uh, I had this stage fright. Like I was not able to meet bigger crowds, or like to present in front of a bigger crowd. Then what I did was like I realized like this is a shortcoming of me, and then I asked for more opportunities, support from my colleagues and from my faculty, so for to present in journal clubs and similar forums, so which helped me to slowly overcome this fear of presenting. And today like I'm an excellent presenter, or like I could communicate or articulate things so well. So this is one answer why I'm just randomly given, like saying why, because like see, I have told about a weakness. I have also explained like how like actually how I found a solution to this, and how I overcame this weakness. So it would be very important in that way. Like even if any weakness you are listing, you yourself should have a solution, and like if you can articulate that you had already found a solution and implemented it, the interviewer would be extremely happy. So these are like some of the things what we should note. But a big round of applause to Abhinesh, like because it's not so easy. And I really appreciate, because like not many of us, including myself, even with all these experience, if someone is asking, can you volunteer, I'll just hold back. So for that actually I really appreciate Abhinesh. Like yeah, so Preetham, you have raised a hand.
So I just wanted to add something if you and Ronak permits.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Abhinesh, as you had already mentioned that as it was already mentioned that you were transforming from clinical research to MSL, so you should be in your new transforming into MSL. You need to take your skills and showcase that in the introduction section. That's what needs for you MSN needs, because it has shown as a non-promotional KOLs needs to be made, or non-promotional presentation needs to be made. So you need to showcase your presentation skills, that I have presented somewhere and said something to the audience. So that way you can encourage the interviewer to know more about you and to fit you in the role. So this small things you need to check, and whatever. I know it's an impromptu interview. That's why you have lot things to say, but you could not express. But if you are transforming into role, check the role and check. You might have already have the skills, but you need to dig out the skills. And when you are saying the introduction, that time you have to say those skills, so that interviewer also know that this person is really well equipped with whatever we want. So that's all I wanted to add. Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Ronak, you want to summarize it because we are already at 7:05.
Um, No, so it was very good, and preparation would be key. How often we say, sometimes we missed it, but we have to prepare well and find out if some whatever information you can find out about yourself, entire thing in your CV, and whatever you are going to say, and how it correlates with the overall picture about the company, about the role, about your skills, about your experience, and also prepare for some googlies or unexpected things just to test you, or sometime you might get caught with sometime with your own mistake during CV during interview. So that happens, and how you cope up with it is very important. So uh, mock interview session is one thing, and not many things are there sometime, and follow up with a good question that what would be the next round of interviews. You can ask at the end if they ask you like any questions, or you can also ask over a mail or phone to the person who has initially called you. So that is part, uh, and sometimes the things may happen, may not happen well, and we have often seen that sometimes the closed doors are good and some other important doors are opening up for us. So always keep the hopes high. And I think we covered or not, Dr. Hassan, that do not speak about negativity. Um, uh, like I don't like my current job, or I don't like my boss, or whatever. Like I did not get promotion, so I'm applying. Everything you can put it in very positive way, very impactful way. So there might be valid, legitimate reasons, and sometimes if the consultant has called you, many times there are not many companies that consultant based like they have outsourced their interview screening or hiring process to external people, and they are only doing few tasks themselves. So you can, if you have any doubt about anything, you can talk the mediators, and they will guide you about how to uh, uh, represent your specific cases to the company people. So be genuine, and if you want to talk about anything, uh, don't talk be very much upfront, like as I'm told or someone else, to be diplomatic. Sometimes it's very much important. Don't be your real self absolutely in raw words, because it may have some other impressions. It's like the three idiot dialogue we had, and there was so much uh, from the bottom of the heart interview going on, and the interviewer is selecting the person. It will not happen. It will not happen. Like so uh, there are 99% of time they are diplomatic people involved, and they want diplomatic candidate, diplomatic answers. So again, preparation is key, and not losing hopes is very much important. um, yeah, Dr. Hassan.
Yeah. One another important thing, like which I missed, like to share was like Dr. Ronak asked an important question, like Abhinesh, do you have any questions back to me? Uh, then Abhinesh asked some questions, but again, before going to interview only, we need to be prepared, or at least frame some few questions what you are going to ask. So interview is like a two-way process. So most of it we think like it's only like interviewer is trying to get to know of me, like what I'm doing, but it's also like an opportunity for us to ask a little more questions, though interviewer might not share something confidential, or like he may not share like minute details into the pipeline, all those things, but he will like fairly share some things, so that will also give a very positive impression. And many a times people just say like at this point of time I don't have any questions. Maybe like when I get a chance more to interact, that time I will ask something like that. But better like you be prepared with a few questions, so that will be very important. And again, something like going back to your CV, um, uh, whatever you have written in your CV, at least you need to have a clear clarity. So, and again, don't write something which you can't confidently answer. So I have seen like this work very badly for one of my colleague. The role had like a lot of that particular role which he had applied had lot of importance around like our IT skill sets, especially with the Microsoft Office, etc. So he was like just like very average, I would say, with these kind of tools. So, but he had written like proficient, or like actually an expert with this Office suite. The interviewer, who at that point of time was a German lady, who was like actually asking questions only on Microsoft Excel, as if the interview was on Microsoft Excel, and he couldn't answer, like even though like some of them were like actually very simple. So that's the reason, like whatever you are writing on the CV, if someone is asking about it, suppose if it's about a project what you have done during the college, etc., you should be able to answer those things. You need to manage really well. I think, like for the want of time, we can close it here. I will also try to share few materials through Climate team, which would be like actually, will give you some perspective about uh, like actually, interview preparations and answering some of the tough and challenging questions. And I really wanted to thank Dr. Ronak, like actually, for sharing his valuable insights, because many of these things actually, will come through years of experience only. Thank you, Dr. Ronak.
Thank you. And if anyone has any, again, so
Questions?
not to Alina, not to Abhinesh, not to Pritam. So I think other colleagues, sometime you might need some um, invite to ask questions. So you're fine. You can ask questions. Yeah. Anyone is fine. Armin, Akash, Lokesh, Sri Lakshmi, Keval. Hmm. Okay, yeah, I think, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your Sunday evening, and wishing you best for the upcoming Diwali. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Hasan, we can.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys. Actually, will maybe the Climate team will reach out regarding the next schedule. I think we are towards the end of our program. I don't think we have completed. Almost all of the sessions. Climate team will reach and update you regarding further steps.
Yeah. About last point. So colleagues, if you have anything not clear, any concept, so we can keep like, so as Dr. Hassan told, we have covered almost entire schedule, entire topics for the uh, this course. Whatever is remaining, or you would like to have brush up on few points. So in one of the next schedule, for half an hour, we can touch those points or retouch those points, if possible. And whatever is still you would like to know, you can message or mail climate, and we will try to address in next couple of things before we officially end this the course. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Yeah.
So climate, we are logging off. Thank you for being here always, climate, Dr. Ajit, Dr. Samriddhi, and the team.